Welcome, sunshines, to Third Hour Science. Today is Thursday, April 16th. We will finish our lesson 3.2, Insect Reproduction and Life Cycle. I hope you have been able to find your answers in your reading or by watching your science videos by now. I forgot to share the last page in our weekly assignment, Plant Life, yesterday. Let's do that now. So plant life, this was the last page in our assignment. Question number 1, a small plant is called a petal, tree, trunk, or shrub. Well, we know that a petal is only one part of a flower. We know that a tree is a big plant. We know that a trunk is part of a big plant. And a shrub is usually a small bush or a plant. So I chose shrub. So number 2, the plant that grows in deserts and needs very little water is called A, marigold, B, a fern, C, cactus, and D, bush. We know that cactuses grow in the desert, so I hope everybody got this one really easy. Number 3, a tall plant is called grass. We know that grass is not a tall plant. B, bush. We just talked about a bush, and they're usually shorter plants. Tree. We know that a tree is a very tall plant. And D, a shrub. A shrub, again, is a small plant. So I picked tree. I hope that you guys did too. Number 4, tiny plants that live in moist places are called grass, mosses, cells, or fruit trees. Well, we've been talking a lot about mosses. And we know that cells are in moist places, but they live inside of us. Grass, we know the grass needs also moist ground. And we know fruit trees can grow just about anywhere as long as we take care of them. So I know we've talked a lot about mosses and how they grow on the ground. We talked about different kinds of mosses. So I chose mosses as my answer. I hope you did too. So the last question, number 5, which type of plant grows by climbing on other plants or fences? A is a vine, B is a bush. Bushes don't climb. Daisy, a daisy doesn't climb. It blooms a beautiful flower, but it doesn't climb. Roots, roots don't climb up. I mean, they do go down. They grow down. But a vine plant is usually one that attaches to fences or other plants and grows up. Some people like to put vining plants on the side of their homes to cover up the house. Vine plants are very pretty. However, there is poison ivy that we also have to look out for. So there are some poisonous plants. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about our vocabulary all week long. We've talked about the lesson. So our vocabulary words on this lesson are incomplete, metamorphosis, life cycle, metamorphosis, and nymph. I'm looking in the chart for the answers. That is where I'm going to find the answers. So, incomplete metamorphosis consists of 3 stages: the egg, the nymph, and the adult. The young are called nymphs, and they look similar to an adult. Growth occurs during the nymph stage. Wings appear as buds on nymphs or early forms. When last molt is completed, wings expand to full-size adults. That is incomplete metamorphosis. Life cycle is our other vocabulary word. And I'm going to talk about an insect's life cycle. When they are young, they look a certain way during their lives. Some insects go through a change. For most insects, they go through 4 stages. The first stage is the egg stage. The second, they hatch as insect larvae. The larva then matures. Next is the pupa chrysalis stage. After this final stage, the insect will look like its parents. This change is called a complete metamorphosis. And it is called a complete metamorphosis. However, for the definition, I'm going to go to our chart again, and I'm going to look at the bottom part for complete metamorphosis. Most insects undergo this type. Stages of the life cycle include egg, larva, pupa, and adult. Each stage looks different from the others. Immature and adult stages have different forms. They have different behaviors. They live in different habitats. Immature form is called the larvae. It remains similar in form but increases in size. Larvae usually have chewing mouthparts, even if adult mouthparts are sucking ones. At last larval stage of development, insect forms into a pupa. It does not eat or move. During the pupa stage, wing development begins. Afterward, the adult emerges. Our last word, nymph. A nymph is the middle stage of incomplete metamorphosis. It comes after the egg and usually looks like an adult. This is a stage where growth happens. Wing buds may appear. When the last molt is complete, the wings expand to full adult size. Molt means to shed, to make way for new growth. Example, the snake molts its skin. Here the nymph loses all of its nymph coverings, lastly the wings, and then it's an adult. This concludes our lesson for today. Have a great weekend. Watch your videos. Get caught up on your work if you're behind. The videos are awesome. They're very helpful to help you get through your assignment. All of your teachers and paras at Seal Academy put a video on for all of you that we miss and love so much. Watch it. Next week's lesson is 3.3. Plant adaptations to environmental changes. I do want to remind you guys to be sure that you're getting your work done. Your grades will count on this. There is some discussion about summer schools for those students that are not doing their work, and whether we should be retaining some students or not. We just want you guys to learn. Do your work and have a great day.